April 23rd, I didn't have a boner. But since then, I've been very lightheaded because I've had a
A
continuous
boner now?
erection, Scott, for 31, 32, 33 days. And it's starting to hurt. It's got to go down. I am filled with blood. The word is engorged. I am engorged. I can't
It's
take it
like those
anymore.
it's like those generic Viagra commercials. They're so cheap now that you just have a 3 week
That's
boner.
it. It doesn't cost anything. Like you can have that 3 weeker. The one thing they do say that I'm a little nervous about, Scott, is they say you can break your dick, and that has me concerned. Yeah, you can snap it, and so you got to be really careful how long. So I think 33 days is more than they recommend you should have an erection for, but I'm not positive. I don't know.
I actually believe that you've had this multiple day, uh, thumper because of the amount of units that you've made people in May, and even in yesterday, and even in the last
They're
3 days.
yeah.
It's literally so we went 17-6 this week. And remember, we went 12-3, 11-5, 12 and
Yeah.
3, now 17-6 the last weekends. I mean, we suck. So that would, I think, initiate this type of eating, cheap Viagra to have multiple day
Yeah,
boners.
so what's happening, Scott, is I've got a two-tier boner. The first
Yeah.
tier is the Knicks, right? And that what that does is that gives me
That
consistent.
gives me
Yeah,
forward,
yeah, right. So
full.
so I'm locked in. But then when you throw on all the money that we're making for our subscribers, along with, I'll be honest with you, all the money I'm putting in my own pocket because I don't mind playing a couple of these plays. So those two things together create this engorged member, and it's an absolute joy. I'm walking into doors. I have a pretty big nose, but I don't have to. Scott, can I tell you, it's been an absolute joy. I'm going to give you one little thing, partner. Over for Max Plays. If you've got $100 a month, join us. If you don't, there's no discount. Fuck off. But over the last 8 weeks, against right with juice, Scott, all the juice built in. Oh,
Use
40
adjusted.
juice adjusted 40.8% with over a 60% kill rate. And we're advising people when they have to play a unit and a half, a unit and a quarter. So we're giving them really good advice. So we're not just winning, Scotty. We're winning and giving them 1.75. We call that a shark. 2.0, 2 units. We call that a whale. So all that stuff's going on. So over 8 weeks, we are over 40 units, 41.8 units. It's absolutely insane. So if you have, a couple of extra hundos in your pocket, you might want to join.
So and listen, what's even funnier is that that's just max plays. Ever since we went to you controlling
Yeah.
max,
Yeah.
Maxidome, like which is that area, it's like a cul-de-sac of
It
max
is. It's a
players.
pad. Maxi. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Maxi.
It's like and then I'm not smart enough, as you know, to keep track of all my wins. I just go
You've been
like, all
hot.
right, I went 4-1, I went perfecto, I went 3-2, I went 2-2, whatever
You've
it
been
is.
hot.
But I know that, like for instance, an example. Yesterday, you went 3-0 max, and I went 3-0 profit plays.
Oops.
And I got to tell you, like ever since you had me do elites and profit
Yeah.
plays, so I'm doing the 702 plays, 3 plays and profit play. That's been going on for about 2 months. And even you are surprised at how many fucking games I've hit.
It's
And
beautiful.
even that fat Montreal plus 170. I've been cashing tickets like you have. It's just that you keep track of it all, and I'm not smart enough to.
See, you are smart enough. What happens with you, Scott, is you've got a little bit of an attention issue, even as an adult.
Daily
It
betting
is.
only, I care
Yeah,
about.
it's this attention deficit thing. I forget what they call it in
Yeah,
the adult world.
I got
You
that.
got that. Well,
But
you
I
have a
didn't
lot of
take
stuff.
pills. No pills
Yeah,
either.
I mean, you have a lot of stuff, but you have that. But here's the thing: nobody cares right now, Scott, because you just keep winning. So no one cares. No one cares about that personality disorder. They just want the money.
Mickey and I work out a lot, and he's got zero body fat, so I have tons of fat. And here's the thing: even you will be happy to hear the news. So the day I went to see Dr. Garden and he stuck his fist up my
Yeah.
ass, he told me I was too fat. He said, for your heart, after open heart, you're 240, you're too fat. He said, what are you drinking? I go, yes,
Yes.
heavily. He goes, are you eating junk food? I go, yes, every day. What do
Sure.
you eat? I
Sure.
go, Doritos and popcorn or some
Nice.
popcorn.
Healthy.
That's out. He said, do you eat bread? I said, I eat two bagels, everything bagels with butter every
Sure.
morning. That's 1,000 calories. That's out.
Yeah.
Um, so he said, no bread, no junk food, no booze, no rum, no beer. He said, do you drink beer? I go, I drink a 16 ouncer when I watch the Knicks games. I'm under a lot of stress. He said, no more beer. He said, water. I said, what about coffee? I said, I got to get lit. He goes, coffee's okay. So coffee, water, salads. He goes, with chicken one day, meat the next. You need protein, but no junk food. He said, I want you to eat pistachio nuts only. No junk food, no bread, no bullshit, no dessert, no ice cream, no candy, no nothing, no chocolate, no nothing.
Demon?
And since that day, which was 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago, I've lost 18 pounds.
Good for you. And so, like everything, pretty much you can't.
I haven't drank once in 18 pounds. I haven't drank once in four
I'm getting
weeks.
anxiety hearing you say that. But I understand because my new drink of
No
choice,
drugs,
that's terrible.
no coke,
That's a
no weed, no edibles, no pills, no partying, no road trips, no missing shows, no being on the loose and missing in public where you can't find me. Just straight taking care of myself, eating tossed salads. You used to say I like a tossed
I
salad.
did.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that was
Yeah.
about,
Well,
but
I don't know
I
how.
just thought it was eating, garden salads or Caesar salads, but no. So how about this? When she or Gunner's home, he ordered a pizza. I had one slice. He ate the whole pizza. I had one slice and a salad because I used to eat the whole fucking
Yeah.
pizza by
Yeah.
myself, and I lost 18
Want
pounds.
to
Look at
want to
me.
tell you today, I took a, oh, nice. That
Yeah, you can even see
nice.
it in the face of
Yeah.
the
Is it,
boobs.
it is. You're right. It's like, it's angular. It's angular. They're
They
sharp.
used to be puffy.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever watched Wheel of Fortune? Who's that douchebag who's the new host on that?
It's that guy from every
Every
show, American
yeah,
Idol.
whatever whatever his name is.
I don't fucking know his
So that
name.
guy, he's taken the needle.
New Year's Eve too.
What's that?
He does New Year's Eve, rocking Dick Clark New Year's Eve too.
Yeah,
What's the guy?
he's a douchebag. I'm not even sure what his name is, but
We have to look up his
yeah,
name now. Host
of
of
Wheel of
American
Fortune.
Idol.
Yeah,
It's the
Wheel of
guy.
Fortune.
It's Ryan Femcrest.
Right. So listen, Scott, I think he's taken that needle to the tuchus where
He's
you lose it.
skinny.
But Scott, he's starting to get these sunken cheeks. So he looks like Scotty. When you were young, did you ever well, not so young, but did you ever see that like He-Man and Skeletor cartoon?
Yeah.
He-Man? They're
Yeah.
making a movie out of that, I think, again. But his face, he's going to star as Skeletor. It's disgusting. It's all sunken in. So that Ryan
Yeah.
Seaman crest, it's like, don't do that.
You know what Hollywood does? Just here's a little tip for you, because I lived out there for a long time. I got to do a couple movies, and now I've been on these sets. Now the new thing in Hollywood, as you know, is getting Botox and
Oh
getting
my
work
God,
done,
sure,
plastic
sure,
surgery. So like these chicks turn into
yeah,
cats, like they have like a feline cat face. Or have you seen? So I watched The Burrows, which is a show. It's a binge show, 8 episodes about old people living in a community that's haunted by monsters out in the desert somewhere. Perfect weather, and it's a crazy show. But Gina Davis is in it. You remember her? She was an actress. She's been in a million movies. Well, she now has had so many shots to her
yeah. I've seen
face
her.
that her lips don't move. So in the entire episode, she talked like
Ugh.
this and then they had the gall to have her fucking some 24-year-old dude in
Oh
the show.
God,
She's like 65, 70,
yeah,
and she's making love to the guy and her lips don't
yeah.
move.
It's
And
gross.
she's saying, to be a great actor, been in a
Yeah.
million movies. Now her lips don't
Uh,
move, and Hollywood has a problem with lips.
did you see that movie with Demi Moore? I think she got
She's
nominated for
another one. She looks like she's fucking.
Frozen.
I
But did
mean,
you see her? She was
you can
naked.
see her
Yeah,
organs.
she was naked the whole film. It was really, I mean, and Bet-
Did you see her at the Met Gala? You could see her organs.
It's not. I mean,
She weighs like 50 pounds, bro.
yeah. It's between her and her ex husband, Bruce. Bruce Willis, who's having some mental issues. The
I
two of
feel
them.
bad for
Oh my
him.
God!
I
Please
actually
don't.
feel
Yeah.
bad for him.
Oh,
So
that's a terrible
I
thing.
feel bad for the Cavaliers. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think of our Knicks? You talk about a full erection. The Knicks haven't lost in a month.
Month.
As long as I've gone without
Yeah,
booze.
I mean it's unbelievable, and I think basically you are the reason the Knicks are on this heater because you found God. You reached deep within yourself, and you said, you know what? Within myself is a God, and God, I need to change my ways. And you brought the Knicks with you, my friend. That's it. Look at that, Angelic. There's lights over here. Oh no, those are just the lights in your room. I actually thought those were halos. Scott, could you move your head to the left a little bit? Go right under the light. Yeah, little bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Angelic, Pharrell, Angelic. Scott, you asked me how I feel about it. I have been a Knicks fan for 56 years. Truly a Knicks fan from when
Yeah,
I bought my Puma Clydes.
I'm
And
30
I
years.
have never, ever seen a run like the last month. I don't care back in 70, in 73. Yes, they won the rings. They were unbelievable, unbelievable. But dude, they have outscored the opposition in 10 games by 225 points. I've ne-
Averaging 22 and a half point wins.
the NBA it's never happened. So it's never happened. So for you and I who are lifers, this is beyond joy. I don't even know how to describe it. And you know what's crazy too? I'm such a fucking lifer, Scott. Uh Josh Hart scoops under and gets that flagrant foul. We're up like 15, and I literally throw something on the floor. My mother-in-law's here, my wife, they're all like, why are you acting like a maniac? I go, we're gonna lose the game now. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Because I'm just a lifer. I'm so used to getting beat up as a Knicks fan. But dude, I'm excited. So excited.
I don't want him to lose ever.
Ever.
Like not one game.
Nothing.
It's unacceptable. When you win 10 straight, like, do you think they're going to sweep them?
So I do. I know you've got some action going on, but you know what, Scott? In honor of the Knicks, in honor of Let Freedom Ring, in honor of our forces, in honor, and thank you everybody who is a subscriber and is not a subscriber. If you serve, Scott and I appreciate your service. We do. We
Thank
really
you.
do. So Scotty, thank you, sir. Corporal, Sergeant. You still look angelic, Scott. I'm telling you, your hair is glowing. You look fantastic. Wow.
I smell. I just got done playing
I
basketball.
I
But
did Murph
listen,
today. Wait,
I've
Scott, I
never
did Murph
seen a
today.
guy.
I wanted to tell you one thing. I did Murph today in honor. I did a crazy workout. I just wanted to tell you, I honored, as always, on
What is
Memorial
Murph?
Day. Murph is the type of workout, an absolutely insane, crazy workout to honor a wonderful man who unfortunately passed away. I believe it was Iraq, and a fantastic soldier. And so it honors him. And so there
So
you have it.
you're, as you know, I do those Field of Valor shows on Fox
Yes.
Nation. People can check those out of all the guys that were athletes that served. I haven't done one in a minute. They want me to do more of them.
Cool.
I told you the last time they asked me to do one was about Evil Knievel, and I turned them
Yeah.
down. So I do more athletes than I do guys that crash motorcycles. I thought Evil Knievel was a badass,
It
but
was
I want to ask you: have you ever seen a player? Well, first of all, the ball movement has been
unbelievable. Yeah.
sensational. And I think that's the key for me is that they're a different team than last year, is that they're moving the ball and getting the right
Yeah.
shot and they're knocking them down. Their defense has always been great, but
It's great
before
now.
it was and here's the other thing. I think that before it was the Brunson
Yeah.
show, and now he's healthy and his ankles are
Yeah.
healthy, and he's willing to have a 14 dime
Yeah.
game and move the ball for the best shot. And I think Bridges hasn't missed a shot since the early
Yeah, I
80s.
mean, everybody, myself included, I'm not going to lie, after the second Atlanta loss by a point, got on the bandwagon of Bridges sucks. Bridges doesn't suck. The man has played now. He's been in the league, I think, 8 years, Scott. He hasn't missed a game, and he does what he does
Right.
every single game. Bridges, when he went to the Knicks for a cup of coffee, to the Nets for a cup of coffee, he was scoring over 26 points a game. That's not Bridges. That's not his game. He is Spider-Man. Great arms, great defender, silky smooth shooter. And you know what? He's not a big time 3-point shooter. That's okay. His mid-range game is deadly. Let him be who he
His
is.
mid-range game is the best one is when he goes from the left side to the
Yes.
right side of the elbow, and he's about 5 feet off of the elbow, and he shoots that little popper, and it's always
Never
all
misses.
net. And I think Brunson's favorite
Yeah.
move is that baseline step back teardrop. He's lethal as shit.
Yeah.
Remember, like last year, he had rolled his ankles a
A couple
couple
times.
times and had, his feet weren't
Yeah.
100. Now he's 100. And I said, I was watching a game with my son Gunner, and I said, when this guy Brunson is
It's
healthy, he
unstoppable.
is fucking
It's unguardable.
unstoppable.
Hey Scott, I got a question for you. So the NBA comes out with this. I forget which writer it is. One of the d bags. Scott, they come out with what they call the tiers, tier 1 through tier 5, and then within tier 1, Scott, they have 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, and 1E. Well, Jalen Brunson didn't make any of the number one tiers. He's 2A. That is the biggest joke on the planet because this guy truly is unguardable, Scott. He is averaging almost 30 points a game in the playoffs. He's doing it hyper efficiently. Yeah, he's not shooting the best 3 point average, but who cares? And like you just mentioned, dimes. He's dropping dimes all over the court. He's playing beautiful basketball.
He's incredible. And let me tell you something else. I like it with him, Hart, and then the backup set I
Shamit.
like with
Shamit.
Shamit and
Yeah.
McBride. So I love their depth. I
Unbelievable.
love their ball movement. I love their defense. They're really fun to
Yeah.
watch. Now, I play with a lot of guys that think they have no chance against the West.
I
And I don't agree
disagree.
with that.
I disagree.
They can't win a game against the West. I don't agree with that.
Disagree.
I not only think they can win a game, I think they can actually win the championship if they keep playing like
Yeah.
this. They can't change the way they
Cat
play
out high.
because they go to play the
Right, cat
West.
out high, and that's going to create a bunch of problems. In particular, if San Antonio does somehow pull this off, and OKC still has 2 games at home. We'll talk about that series in a minute. But the OKC
He
still has
gets
it.
no love either, Cat Towns, of being first, second, third
He
team,
got nothing.
all
He
NBA. Didn't even get mentioned.
got nothing.
Meanwhile, when he's at the top of the key, he has become a
Yeah,
dangerous, not only scorer, but um, score with
facilitator,
and ones.
facilitator.
He gets fouled every
Yeah,
time he drives, and then he's not only that, he's a great actor. He acts like he's getting fouled or does get fouled on every drive, and he's also passing from the top of the
yeah,
key with his arm out like this,
yeah.
finding cutters and finding guys open better than anybody on the Knicks. I think he's just been phenomenal. Now, I want to get your opinion of the other series. I bet on the Spurs last night. We
Great
needed
bet.
your Angel, my Spurs, to have a huge
We
night, and we
did.
did it
We
again,
did.
a 6-2
We
night.
did.
So, my question is, you saw the Spurs blow them
Yeah,
out. They haven't had a game since 22 where
yeah,
they scored under 90, and they did.
yeah.
So, my question is, do you think, like I hear all these people saying they have a blueprint now how to beat them because it's 2-all, but they're going to Oak City? I say they go there and
Yeah,
lose.
Scott, I want to tell you something about the blueprint. There is no such thing in the NBA as a blueprint because that assumes that the opposition is not going to adapt either. And that's a load of shit. You think that Dagnall's not going to adjust? Let me tell you 2 reasons why you saw what you saw. One, they didn't have to worry about any of the backups, right? So Shea Gilchrist Alexander had to play endless amount of minutes. Two, Castle played out of his mind. Scott, do you think Castle is potentially going to be the absolute best perimeter defender in the NBA within a year or two? Because that guy is a nightmare. And he also has an offensive game. So I'll ask you about Castle, and then I want to ask you about Wembanyama. But give me Castle first, because that kid's tough.
Well, I'm going to play you some highlights of Castle and Wembanyama because they are just so dangerous and lethal. And I think, defensively as well as with the rock in their hands on the offensive end, they both finish. And Castle knows how to drive and find
And kick. Oh,
Wembanyama
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
air for loops and
He
finishes.
kicks.
So they're great. I thought when I watched Dylan Harper last night, he struggled bad from the
He's not,
line and
he's
he
hurting.
missed.
His leg is
But
hurting.
but he's a really good defender too and
Yeah,
a good player. And you're talking about a guy I used to see warm up in the
sure.
mornings at my run at 5 a.m. hitting 100 threes in a row. He's turned into
Fantastic.
such a magnificent pro. But why don't we start playing some of these highlights? I want to start with Brunson. This
Good.
is Brunson talking about his teammates. Let's see if I can get this going.
I think most importantly, we obviously had that next to him in Knicks man up mentality. But you have a bunch of individuals in that locker room who work really hard, and they're very psychotic about their work and the things they do, and making sure that their minds that they're ready physically and mentally. So when their number's called and then when there's time to go out there, they're ready. And so we have a lot of real professionals on our roster. So no matter whose number's called, someone's gonna step up, someone's gonna be ready. That's just the nature of who we have here. And it's been a pleasure working with these guys. I mean, it's been unbelievable. It's just a testament to their character and their work ethic.
So he plays as if any win doesn't even matter to him because he knows he has so much work to do. He's got to win 5 more games to win a
And
ring.
here's my thought on that, and I mean this, Scott, sincerely. Can you text that over to me because I'm gonna masturbate to that recording. So thank you.
Over the last 8 games, Bridges is averaging 19 a game, 75% on twos, 57 of 76, 47% on threes, 10 of 21, 100% at the line. That's incredible. The first 2 courtside seats have sold for the first Knicks Finals home game at Madison
279.
Square Garden, 27 years.
Yeah.
Someone purchased 2 seats on StubHub for what's the magic price, Mick?
$279,000. So over $250,000 for 2 seats. Go New York, go.
That is crazy. All right, let's play. This is I believe, a Wemby
Yeah.
bucket from last night in San Antonio.
Military connected families call this beautiful area home. Wiggins got knocked down right the play, didn't get it. Castle leaving for Wembanyama.
The drop back dunk in the lane on a breakaway. I mean, it just gives you full wood, doesn't it? Now here's Harper lobbing to Castle. Here we go.
Vassell rings it, takes it away.
Oh, oh,
We didn't hear that one, Scott. We're having a problem. We're having a technical issue. We're just hearing some.
yeah, that's the
Oh,
crowd.
hey,
That's
Castle.
the crowd after.
Castle
That's
gets
the
his
crowd after the dunk.
Castle gets his head over the rim when he dunks. By the way, what is? I mean, that team is going to be good for 15 years. Good God.
So Wemby 33, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks last night. Is that good enough work for
Yeah,
you?
it's fantastic. So, Scott, I'm gonna harken back to a guy by the name of Lou Alcindor. You were just a baby at the time, probably 6 years old, but I was 11. And 1971 was a time for Lou Alcindor. It's the only player I've ever seen that reminds me so much of what's happening with Wembanyama because Lou Alcindor, as you know, Scott, had the sky hook. It was unguardable. This guy has everything, Scotty. And by the way, he is still just cracking what he's gonna
I
be.
know.
He,
Listen, I think he's actually, and I'm going to say
yeah,
this might sound crazy to people, but I actually think he's already the MVP.
I do
And here's
too.
why.
I do
I
too.
get why they gave it to Shea again. I do. I respect his game fully. I think he's a great
He is.
player, but he does not do the things that Wembanyama
No.
does to change a game. He scores. He alters shots. He blocks
Yeah.
shots. He hits threes. He hits half court shots. He motivates his teammates. He makes everyone around him better. Shea just scores. That's what he
Yeah.
does for me.
Eh,
He
yeah. I
scores.
mean, look,
Gets to the
yeah,
line.
Shea's a decent defender, but you're gonna vomit over this. But if you actually look at it, I take a Denver team that would have been 18 games under 500 without Jokic, and as the biggest disparity on off court in basketball, I think Jokic got screwed. If you really want to know who the MVP was, that guy without him, that team swings 35 games in the wrong direction. So that's an
Well,
MVP.
they like to, they gave it to him already several times,
Three
so they like
times.
to move on to their next flavor of the week.
Okay.
Speaking of Denver, so last night, the Colorado Avalanche were up 3-0. Here's the Kadri goal to make it 2-0.
Game over at the trade deadline. What a move by Manson. And a beautiful pass to Natchez. He centers one, and they score! Nazem Kadri makes it 2-0.
All right, so now listen to this. Here's They're up 2-0. Then they go up
3-0.
3-0 on a Drury
Right.
goal. But then I think this is the Drury goal that made it 3-0.
5 for Colorado. Only 5 shots faced. Here's a breakaway for Drury. Short-handed. Jeff Drury.
Drury scores. Now listen to this. It gets better, right? So Vegas answers with 3 goals to tie it up.
Here's Borzak with a shot. Strange carom off the glass. Back to Coughlin. They score! Tipped in by Keegan Colasar. They have tied it. Then Colasar got smashed.
He got smashed in the face. And then Thomas Hurdle goes filthy to win it.
You just can't. When you reach outside, you inviting him inside.
He went to a backhander. He toe dragged and scored. Listen. Yeah, he got inside with a toe drag under the guy's nuts between his legs. He nutcrackered him to win the game, and they won 5-3. They're up 3-0 on the Avalanche. Good night, Irene. They've gone 18-4, Mick, since they hired cunt face Tortorella.
Absolute insane heater. And if I'm not mistaken, along the way, you have won us some money on that team. I'm just throwing it out there.
So the Avs were 53-0 this year, the only team in the league undefeated when they're up by 2 goals at any point of a game. They never lost a game once the entire season until last night.
Oops.
Jalen Duren is now eligible to sign a 5-year max deal. I thought he played shitty in that series against Cleveland, but how about this? He's going to make 5 years and $239 million. He ain't worth
No.
that. I don't give a shit what
Let me show
anybody
you know
says to
what?
me.
That contract is not going to age well. And here's why. First off,
Oh,
here's the new NBA, and here's the problem with the new NBA. So Jalen Duren, muscular guy, yeah. But he is truly 6'10", Scott, and everybody in the league is figuring out now how to combat the Wemby factor. It's an absolute thing in front offices all across the NBA. So, Scotty, that guy, I think he's on Michigan a day, the 7'3" guy. They're saying he's going to move up in the draft.
Maya.
Yes. Yes. So he's going to move up, Scott, solely based on what they're calling the Wemby factor. They don't know how to defend Wemby. And Jalen Duren cannot do it.
Wemby will abuse
The shit out of him.
Maya, the Spaniard.
Oh, yeah.
Here's first team All NBA: Shea, Joker, Wemby, Luca, Cade Cunningham. Second team: Jalen Brown, Kawhi, KD. I'm a little surprised
Brunson,
Kawhi, KD.
Donovan and Jalen.
Brunson and
Yeah.
Donovan. Third team: Maxi
Yeah.
Pad, Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, and Abe Lincoln, Chet Holmgren. The Twins swept the Red Sox at Fenway for the first time in 32
Right.
years, dating back to 94. Roger Clemens was actually pitching for the Red Sox then. All right, here is the end of the closest finish ever at the Indianapolis 500. This is unbelievable. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go.
Move it away from your mic a little. Move it away from your mic.
Teammates battle side by side, but out front, the young American chasing his way on turn 2. David Malukas goes to defend. The MSR driver still side by side. Play into Malukas' hands, and here comes Clinton. Malukas is out in front.
Here we go.
Can't hear it. We can't hear it.
Rosenquist won it.
I'll take your word for
It
it.
was absolutely unbelievable. I don't care what you
Yeah. Hey,
say.
guys,
Everyone
I want to share with everybody. If you notice here, where else can you get the kind of production value that you get here? Like Scott is holding up a cup of coffee and going, take a listen to this. Hey, oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Now, we can't hear anything, but trust me, Scott can. We're all good. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, trust me, I don't hear anybody bitching on "fuck you" on Pharrell Unplugged. They all
They
love
love
him.
your show.
Astros Christian Walker turned Wrigley Field into his pimp palace over the weekend.
Yeah.
5 of 12, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. He has 14 homers, 37 RBIs. 3-time Gold Glover going to go to the All-Star game. The
You bet.
Cubs opened the week with a 15-game home winning streak, their longest since 1935. Then they go winless during their homestand and have lost 8 in a row and got swept by the Astros. Here you go. How about all rise? Judge yesterday.
Kelly deals to Judge. Judge hits it in the air. Deep right field. Delayed back.
Walk off, and I had Tampa at plus 116, that motherfucker. The Tigers, how about this? They blow the ninth inning lead to Baltimore. 8 losses in a row, 16 losses in 18 games. Then they finally won the
Yeah.
nightcap, but we bet on the Orioles.
Right.
2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth inning, and they hit a 3-run homer to win it. EA Sports is predicting Portugal will win the World Cup. Now listen to this. I don't know if you knew this. This is kind of creepy. So EA Sports is a video game company. They
Sure.
do simulations of the World Cup. They predicted the World Cup winner in 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and now they've predicted Portugal. So run to the window on Portugal. They actually predicted all those World Cups correctly.
That's insane.
What else
That's
for you?
crazy.
West Ham got relegated in the Premier League, so they go
Bye
down,
bye.
and Tottenham stayed up
Yeah.
with their win.
Hey, Scotty, did you read about the team? What's the team that got bumped up back into Premier? They said that.
All
Thank you.
City,
So Scott, guess how much money they're going to make because of that bump? Just give me a guess.
75 million at least.
275 million extra year one. Year one.
I was only
And
200 short.
well, listen. And if they stay up for 3 years, the nut is 475 million, just half a billion dollars, because they bumped up. They won that game 1-0.
And West Ham loses all that money.
Loses it.
Tiger Woods flew back to Switzerland to
His
continue his drug rehab.
not his
He flew
girlfriend.
home
His girlfriend
his
is
girlfriend's cancer. Trump,
yeah.
remember she was married to Don Jr. and had kids with Don Jr.
Yeah, but she's got breast cancer, Scott, so she's going for treatment.
Yeah, it's awful. So there you go. We've given them what they wanted. They were clamoring for a Pharrell and a Prophet pod, and they get it
Yeah.
on Memorial Day, no less.
Yeah. And so once again, I would like to say from the bottom of my heart to everybody who serves, thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Scotty. Love you, brother.
Love you too. And there's tons of picks up today. Go in the community for the Profits Max plays and my Elite and Profit plays. 17-6 weekend. We've been killing it. Tell your friends about profitable.tv.
Love it. Goodbye.